All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Monster, episode 43.
Stuff has happened.
Yeah, this last episode was nuts. We had Grimmer basically, like, dead. And then who should appear but some silhouetted female, perhaps feminine but not female.
Yes.
Person. Assassin killer person.
That shot just one of his captors.
Yep.
And then with that distraction, Grimmer let the devil out.
Let his own monster out. He transformed.
Exactly.
After they were begging him to do so. And show me what you can do. Transform. Yeah. And Grimmer, he be shook. He be shook. But we have a mystery on our hands. We have a bit of a dicey situation, given that we don't really know, like, who we're up against or what we're up against.
Because there's multiple parties involved. We know that much. But we don't really know who they are.
We kind of are leaning towards this could be Anna or Nina, and we just don't know exactly why or she's involved, or it could be someone completely new. But we're leaning towards actually that it's Johan potentially.
That would just be that'd be what was so crazy. It's like, I want it to happen because it's so crazy.
It's like, it has to be in some way connected to Johan, right? But the thing is
how
that
much is the
look, the form of the person was too similar to Anna Nina to be a coincidence. So guys, this is going to be awesome. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Sounds like a young buck.
Yeah, a young buck with a lot of like spirit and fire.
Maybe something to prove.
You're right. Suk. Okay. Oh my gosh. Wait, did we just not get a close look at his face? But
wow.
Oh my god. Wow.
Okay.
Dang, so Grimmer did let the devil out, basically.
Yeah.
Like,
現場でゲロ吐いたんだろそんなヘボ刑事の命令なんかで動くかっての
He's even got the little like Hollywood like loose hair thing, you know?
ゼマン警部を心から尊敬してたんだ俺は絶対ゼマン警部の
Keep
仇を
banging
取
your
る
glass on the table. That'll make it all better.
俺一人ででも犯人を挙げてやる毎日毎日正義のために働いて殺されちまうんだぞたまんないよ何の報いもない
Yeah, it is. Oh my god, oh my god. Wait, that's...
The eyes look different than Nina's usual eyes.
I think it's too similar right now for us to tell until she starts talking.
Right.
Like,
but also there's just the fact that Dieter isn't with her, but of course he wouldn't be here.
Yep. Oh.
Okay, the fact that she's not talking.
Yeah, not talking. That's
yeah.
She hasn't spoken yet.
Danger, Will Robinson.
Yeah. God, this would be so perfect if it was Johan, because and that shot.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's such
you're
such
dead.
An angle.
You're dead.
その警部さんのためにも頑張って犯人を捕まえなくちゃ。
Whoa.
本当の名前はわからない。
A monster without a name?
なんだそりゃああちょっと待って
Yeah.
君が誰かを僕が当てるよ
Maybe he actually does have a split personality, and this is a split personality.
私のことで私が分かっているのはチェドック橋3匹のカエル
Oh, wow. Oh, okay.
Dang.
ああちょっと待って今度いつ会え
二人とも元チェコスロバキア秘密警察の軍曹社会主義崩壊後はもっぱら裏社会で怪しげな仕事に就いています
タコ刑事タコ
はい
Suk!
何ぼーっとしてるんだ目撃者の話にあった事件直後現場付近を歩いていた男
Oh my gosh.
長身で痩せ型大きな荷物を背負った旅行者風の男
来るわけないか
名刑事さん、例の事件の犯人見つかった？
いや、もしもし。あ、
頑張ってね、名刑事さん。
もしもし。ああ、ちょっと待って。もしもし。
See,
yeah, the way they're doing the sound design and everything, like,
and the fact that in a lot of ways, regardless of whether or not that. Oh, I'm so uneasy right now. This is okay. Oh, Denma.
Wait.
Wow.
おとといの朝チェックアウトなさっています。
間違いない。ゼマン警部を殺した男はこの部屋に宿泊していたグリマーだ。
スーク、お前なんでここに？
パテラ部長刑事こそなぜここに？
Who's this?
なるほど。お前一人でここまでたどり着いたとは、この件に関しては内密にな。
なぜですか？グリマーを一刻も早く逮捕することが我々の。
お前が思っているよりこの件はちょっと厄介なんだ。
Interesting.
ゼマン警部が極秘に任されていた調査。
ゼマン警部が。
Oh, yeah, that's right.
プラハ警察署内に経歴を詐称して潜んでいる元チェコスロバキア秘密警察の人間の洗い出しだ。このことは所長と俺、その他数名しか知らない。
So he's one of them too, possibly.
深入りすればお前も殺されかねない。この件に関しては黙っていろ。お前彼女でもできたのか？会議中や自分の机に座っている時ボーッとしてるだろう
が。別に彼女ってわけじゃ。
紹介しろよ。どこの店だ？
紹介なんてそんな。
He's like, but I was.
だって別に彼女じゃないんだろ？
そうなんですけど。
これは驚いた。本当にとびっきりだ。
あなたは？
俺スークの先輩でね、パテラって言うんだ。俺と飲まないか？
No.
ねえちょっと。ほんの少しいいじゃないか。
パテラさんから聞いたぞ。お前が目をつけた彼女。
Oh my gosh, what?
もらいもんなんだけど、ウイスキーボンボンと。
俺はい
らん。どうだ？
Oh my gosh.
はい、スーク。
It's totally Johan now.
Yeah,
Don't eat those candies.
この容疑者の件は内緒だぞ。
So this is the story of basically the underdog getting kind of pushed around by all the upper ups.
Right,
And I feel like what's gonna happen is Johan's gonna get to him and dismantle
if
like
he hasn't already.
If he hasn't already. Well, I think that's kind of the point. Potential wasting.
ひどいや。汗かいたままのシャツやタオルが。
Oh, gross. Ew. That's nasty.
But
Ooh.
That's curious.
プラハ警察署内に経歴を詐称して潜んでいる元チェコスロバキア。
Wait a minute. Is it possible that he was a double agent? Zeman?
あれ？
Possibly.
どういうことだ？なんでパテラ部長刑事とヤナチェク刑事のファイルだけないんだ？
Oh, they're doing the sound. They're doing the sound design stuff. Oh, crap. Oh my gosh.
で、スーク、君はこれらのことから何を推察する？
Oh wow, he's like he's testing him. Like, how much do you know?
署の内部調査を行っていました。パテラ部長刑事とヤナチェク刑事が元チェコスロバキア秘密警察の人間であることを探り出し、ゼマン警部はその事実を隠蔽することと引き換えに、金を受け取ったものと思われます。
スーク刑事。
はい。
この件は当分の間口外しないように。
はい。
追って連絡する。通常の勤務に戻りたまえ。
I really feel for this young guy. It's
面倒なことになった。数区程度の若造ならと高をくくっていたのがまずかった。
ゼマンを殺したノッポの件も片付いていないのにまたもや問題発生ときた。
君らの経歴を知っていながら入所させた私が厄介な目に遭うのだけは避けてもらうよ。
Oh, so he's not one of them.
飲み消せればいいんですがね。
He's just in on it.
Gotcha.
ウイスキーボンボンならあるぜ。ああ、そう言うな。とびっきりの美人からの贈り物だ。
Yep. Oh my god, yes.
Now, these should take a while to work.
And the time skip, so effectively they've worked. Brilliant.
Wow. Yeah. So this is definitely not Anna.
Johan is going to take out the Czech secret police.
Right. Probably because they know about it.
Right. Okay. They're tied to his past.
Yeah.
Yep. They're so dead.
今僕の心の安らぎは
Oh, dang. Oh, the way it distorted and stuff. That was so good.
Wow. Oh, he's already worked his way into this guy into Suks.
That little smile. Did you see that? Did you see that? That was such a small little.
Oh boy. Wow.
All right.
Holy crap.
All right. Now
so
there's
we're like almost like 95% sure that we're right now.
98% sure that that's Johan.
Holy crap.
Because here's the thing. When we saw the silhouette of a woman, killing Zeman, I guess.
It just wouldn't have made sense for it to be an entirely new character unless it was the mother.
Yeah, and the mother idea, I think we kind of disassembled it in the discussion last episode to the point where it was like, nah, it just doesn't sit right. But I liked the idea of maybe a twist with Anna having some kind of motivation that we needed to go back and understand.
And the way they introduced Johan as Anna in this episode, there was the part of not talking, which is like, okay, this is probably Johan. But then when he did talk, it was something where I could theoretically see it being a result of Anna having some sort of relapse, where that's it. Except for the fact that when she left, she knew who Dieter was, and Dieter wanted to come with her and all that stuff. So,
So why would you spend all this time in the bar alone without Dieter?
Exactly.
So,
and that little smile at the end, that little
smile basically said it was Johan.
He was like, oh, that's... and the fact... Here's the thing. The fact that Monster, as a show, as a story, is able to set up something like this and know that we'll be tracking along with it, right? Without needing to do the thing of, like, pulling the wig off or whatever, right? That would be what another show would need to resort to doing. The
crazy thing is when we see Anna, and it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Just the realization. Because Johan is the one that's in some kind of an identity crisis right now.
Yes.
He knows about the Chedok Bridge and the three frogs.
Yep.
And he's looking for his mother,
right.
I believe.
Yeah.
At least I think he knows that she's alive. Based on his scouting the whole Bayern estate and stuff.
I wouldn't be surprised
if he
was specifically avoiding reuniting with her yet, because he knows that there are people digging into his past and he wants to eliminate them as threats first.
Right. Now, help me out here, because I feel like it was too long ago that we watched Monster. When they interrogated Grimmer, they were asking questions about Johan?
What they were doing is they were asking questions about Petrov's safety deposit box, which had the recordings and all that stuff of the interview with Johan when he was drug induced and all that stuff, to actually respond to their questions and things like that. So
they know
They know. They don't know what they don't know, but they know that there's something that they don't know.
Yes, and they're going after the thing that they don't know.
Right.
So they end up getting aced by Johan.
Yeah.
The question is, how many of them are there in total?
Who knows? I
like the idea that there's a lot of them.
I like the idea that there's a lot of them too, but I also like the idea that those were the main ones involved in it, because otherwise we would have seen them talking to some of the other ones before, and I don't remember from the episode how many exactly they showed talking amongst that little group,
right?
But I think it was just the three. So,
yes, that's true.
So I would not be surprised if that was all of them.
Yes, there were the two friends that were with Suk or Suk, Jen Suk, when he was drunk. When he was drunk, he's like, I'm gonna get revenge. There were two young friends with him there, and they probably aren't cops.
They're probably fine.
They're no, I'm saying they probably aren't cops. They might be though.
I think they would be cops. The question is whether they're doing something else too.
Well, they're pretty young, so I'd say that gives a less likelihood that they are, because they wouldn't have the history to be involved with the Czech secret police.
Plus the fact that that was all we saw of them.
Yeah,
connotates that basically they're not that plot relevant.
Right.
Because this was the introductory episode for Mr. Suk.
Well, also for in some ways Johan.
Yeah, that too.
Like it was definitely Suks. I'm gonna call him Suk. I can't call him the Suk.
It's Suk. Yeah, that's
Suk.
I'm sure that's how it's.
But yes, this was his episode. But it's like he's not going anywhere anytime soon.
No,
because Johan doesn't want to kill him.
Yeah,
because but that's the point. Is I feel like Johan is going to use him to root out all of them, and
then after that kill him.
Kill him. But the thing is it's kind of interesting is that like Johan targeted specifically the the Czech secret police there with those candies. Now the thing that I find actually potentially pretty brilliant here, I don't know if they ended up saying it or not, but I'm guessing that based on the encounter with the young guy and the fact that he could smell his drink on him, probably maybe he chose like the was it whiskey bourbon candy or something, because the guy was a vodka drinker or a tequila drinker. So he chooses something that's so opposite to that it wouldn't be the type of candy that he would ever accidentally, want to have.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that would be a fun little mini reveal to have at some point.
Yeah, and the fact that Johan, because we'll just be calling him Johan.
Yeah.
The fact that Johan met with the other dude meant that he could have figured out what his favorite drink was and all that stuff. Now, he also could have basically, in his interactions with Mr. Suk, gotten him to basically be in a state where he would talk about his interactions with this pretty lady, right? Which would, in conjunction with his investigations into the whole thing and the fact that Zeman did say, well, we know that the killer was a pretty lady, a pretty blonde lady. Yeah. So that could have basically, that information being sort of slipped through could have then drawn them out, and then it's like, cool, and then I'll just give him candy, and that'll do the work for me.
Gotcha. Okay.
But, oh man.
Yeah, Johan. Now I'm really curious because I'm thinking back to Munich, and I'm curious about there was a time where Anna was acting a little bit weird.
Yeah, and I can't remember what time it was, but do
you remember when I mentioned that, when we were thinking like, what if this potentially is Johan? And I was like, wait a minute, there was a point, I think it was at the train station or something. Yeah, and I think Lot bumped into Anna, and Anna was acting weird.
Well, okay, I don't quite remember, but that sounds right, because
I want to go back to that part now, because it was somewhere, I don't know, episode 39 or something. Something
was it really
like
that recent?
It was pretty recent. It was like it was like 5 episodes ago, at most.
Gotcha.
And there was a time when this was post book reveal for Johan in the library.
Yeah.
And it was pre-fire Yeah, there was a time where Lot, I remember, had a conversation with Anna.
That would have been like in like the early 30s then.
Oh, okay, maybe I'm getting it mixed
in like episode 36, I think, at the end of episode 36. But
yeah, the fire was like episode 39.
Oh.
Yeah, 38 maybe.
Because I think 37 was when Tenma was having the whole trouble with like shooting him.
No. Wait, well...
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways,
they drew that episode out a lot. Yeah. That story part out quite a bit. So it could have happened a bit before that. Yeah.
But the tough thing is that, especially with how Anna is, there are times where she'll just act a bit different.
Right.
And it kind of makes sense, right? Because there's the obvious ones where it's like her having like the mental blocks and things like that.
Right.
So it's like how much of that bleeds over and, and whatnot. But I feel like they did a really good job here of telling us without telling us, even at the very beginning of the episode, that this is Johan. And it's really good because it's complimenting the audience because they set up the sort of laughable notion that Anna is going around as an assassin, right? Which is like, okay, we know it's not that.
I mean,
maybe, but
it's not laughable.
You're right. It's not laughable, but it would be something where they would need to very intentionally and methodically explain how, and like it wouldn't at some point it wouldn't be able to be some simple thing.
Well, no, yeah, I know, but I was saying that until this episode, we had good reason to believe it could be Anna,
right? Exactly.
But we knew it wasn't going to be,
and that's why I feel like this is so great in the complimenting the audience perspective because it's acknowledging how there would be a lot of doubt that it would be Anna, right?
Yeah.
And it's not, and it's basically, it's saying, yes, that's good. And then they're putting all this stuff in here where you see Anna and you actually see Anna, right? But then they do all these things to make you question, like, wait a minute,
the camera angles where they just show below the nose and the mouth.
And the fact that she doesn't say anything for like 2 whole minutes, even though it doesn't really make sense for her to not say anything, And
I also want to say I'm now going to go back and find that train scene, but also I'm going to listen to Anna's voice there and see if there's any difference between, because maybe that's the thing, is that they didn't grab like the voice actress for Anna for this part there. I think just the voice actor for Johan is that good at
possibly.
Because voice actors, we can... Right, yeah. You'd be able to change your voice a bit.
I would not be surprised, though, if that was Anna's voice actress. Because
it removes...
it makes it simpler and things. And the idea of Johan imitating his sister's voice, I totally get that. Because even though their voices do sound different, they're very similar in style. Of being sort of like that kind of breathy voice,
soft coo.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
It's almost like a dove voice.
Yeah. So the idea that he could imitate that, absolutely, especially considering the other things that Johan's able to do. The real question is, I suppose, why? Because here's the thing: if it's just to be able to be in plain sight and have it not be a problem, since they're aware that he exists and all that stuff, hey, all for it, right? But if that's the case, then they really didn't do their due diligence because, sure, this is older times. Information is, it doesn't travel the same. Yeah, no smartphones. The smartphones just, ruin pretty much every plot line out there.
Yep.
But you'd think they would know about Anna. Like, maybe not, but like, I don't know.
She wasn't at Kinderheim.
She wasn't. It's true.
Hold on.
And they might not know what Johan looks like. They might have just heard about, like, the monster of Kinderheim or whatever.
Yeah, it might be that he has his reputation. It's spread far and wide, and people are going off of, fifth-hand information.
Sure.
And yet the information is so consistent in its delivery that they're like, okay, we need to get on this. So they get on this and they start investigating. And it's something that leads me to think like that I'm actually missing a lot of what's going on underneath the surface here of this plot here in Prague, because there's a couple things that I feel like we need at least like one more episode before I see all the threads starting to tie together, especially with Tenma, because that scene where Tenma, went to the Three Frogs was extremely
that's
What?
right. So the reason could be because just it's someone that has been it's being influenced by Johan walking right by Tenma. You know?
Oh, I thought it was potentially a thing of he's now seen Tenma. Tenma is in his memory.
Sure.
And
yeah.
Tenma is someone that doesn't want to be noticed. He just wants to pass by invisibly.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And because this person is going to be influenced by Johan, it's dangerous for Tenma to be in his memory database. Because all Johan needs to do is basically just be like, I've been dealing with this Asian man and he's been...
He's been stalking me.
He's been stalking me, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I think I saw, someone like that at the Three Frogs,
Yeah.
You must have found out that you like to go there or whatever.
Or you were, wanting to, you frequent there or something.
Right,
so
right, exactly.
Make sure you let me come with you. Oh, you're such a kind
yes,
man.
thank you so much. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I love the idea, though, of Johan, just wake you up in the morning.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone should wear cologne.
No, but there's a difference between cologne and perfume. Not fundamentally. But,
I know, but
yeah.
But any kind of fragrance stuff, yes. But also a proper wig.
Oh yeah.
A really good.
He makes sure to brush it.
I would just love to almost be you see a scene where Johan actually has manipulated someone and they're just and they're doing his look for him. And he just kind of sits there.
That would be terrifying.
And they're with him sitting in a chair or something.
What I thought, so what came to mind for me was Stardust. But take Robert De Niro's scene, but then turn it into creep. Take all the comedy and laughs and turn it into creepy, unsettling. Just just Johan basically getting ready to go out and do his work.
It is interesting to think about though, because Johan is a character and a plot device.
Yes,
he is not very well characterized for how much kind of
personality
value he has. Yeah,
it's more of just his presence,
and his desires and his motivations.
Yep.
But actual in-depth stuff, we need more conversations with him, and I like the idea that. And no pun intended, this is a different side of Johan.
Yes.
We get to potentially see something new. And I like the idea that he's not necessarily trying to manipulate Suk for an immediate nefarious ends. I like the idea of Suk lasting a while.
Right, because Johan plays the long game.
Well, also, we've noticed Johan isn't all according to Keikaku. He sometimes just this is now the best thing I need to do, so we're doing that.
Yep.
Now we do this. Now we do this.
Which it totally makes sense that he would basically prepare people like Suk, and he might use them for specific things, but he also might not get rid of them once he's done with them, because he's I'll keep them on retainer. If I need them, I'll just say, hey, do you want to grab coffee? And then they're
and then he goes full yonder.
And hey, I mean, Suk needs some Admiral Akbar in his life right now.
It's a trap.
In more ways than one. And
genius,
buddy, because the
genius.
Yeah.
I do gotta say, I was a bit overwhelmed by the throwing around of so many names this episode, but because they killed so many of them so quickly, it's oh, thank you, monster. I appreciate that. I felt that was kind of obvious. The minute the candy was introduced, people were gonna die.
Yep.
But I thought it was oh, let's pass this around the office, and it's slow acting or something.
Because it is slow acting, but
well, we don't know how fast acting it is either.
Well, we know that they, in the case of the people at the hospital, they ate it at the hospital, and they died after they went home from work.
This is the same candy, Jacob.
There's no reason to make us think it's not.
There's no reason for it to. It's the same style, yes. He knows how to slip the candy into
but it's literally a poisoned candy that Johan uses to kill people.
Right. I'm just saying that to think Johan has access to only one kind of poison after Remember, that happened when he was 10.
Yeah.
It's been over 10 years.
Sure. But in that
he was in a doctor's office. Those are very specific.
But in that kind of situation,
I'm with you.
Like, because here's one of the things that bothers me with stories a lot of the time is when the only poisons that exist are fast-acting poisons.
Yeah.
Like, I love seeing stories where they have poisons where it's like, you died, like, 2 days ago. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, yes. But
because then you don't know what happened.
Right. I'm just saying that, like, there's a difference between something that acts in 30 seconds and something that acts in 30 minutes.
Right.
I would say that this took more than probably 10, 15 minutes for them to die.
Right. Yeah. And that's a good point, because Johan might have been like, okay, how many people do I want to die from this? Based on that, I will, like, use a selective, like, time amount.
Right. But another thing is that once they're dying, how fast do they die? That's what I'm saying it probably is, because it's a digestible thing. It's like something had to be absorbed.
Right.
And then once that was absorbed, it then, symptoms, and then they die.
Yeah. They were all in the same room, so it was probably
they
something
ate it around the same time.
And so it was probably something that was fairly fast acting once it started to act.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And my thing is that it doesn't really matter how long it took for it to act. My point was that once it acted, they needed to die quickly because they could have been making calls or been like, hey, we're being targeted, we're dying here, and this is blood from...
And this is why you don't trick-or-treat, because you never know when the whiskey bonbons could be laced with some sort of slow-acting poison.
Also, right? It's such a dated concept. Like,
well, I mean, for little kids maybe, but, yeah.
I mean, just the idea of, like, going to strangers' houses in the dead of night, like...
Oh yeah,
when everyone's dressed in freaky. It doesn't.
Not at all a recipe for disaster.
I don't understand it at all. Yeah, it makes no sense. But anyways, guys, this was crazy. This was awesome.
I love that they used something from way back in the beginning of the show, and they didn't do anything to basically like build back up to it. They just showed a bag of candy in it, and
we immediately are triggered. No, burn it. Don't. Yeah. And then once we realized who they were, we're like, oh, eat it. Yeah. Right. Yeah. I love how the show is telling us by showing us,
right? And
in a lot of ways we didn't get the reveal yet. Oh my God, it's Johan! But we just know. We just are like oh well.
They do so much telling without actually telling, and it's all based on stuff that they've previously established in the story. Sometimes way long ago,
and that's why I feel like I'm missing so much right now.
Oh, because so much time has happened, and there could be all sorts of things.
There could be all kinds of things they're setting up, and I'm just like, wait, Zeman, like, what was his goal? Like,
and that's the thing. Okay, the deviation from Tenma to Grimmer, awesome. I love it. Grimmer's an amazing character.
Love Grimmer, yeah.
And then, while the stuff with Grimmer is still not resolved, like, they didn't even do a Richard thing and just follow him until he died.
Yeah.
Then they go to this Mr. Suk.
Jan Suk.
Yes. And so now it's like, okay, how long is this plot line going to go before they then go back to Grimmer and then back to Tenma? Or whatever. They show Tenma here, so they might not do it.
I think the next episode is going to be a Tenma, Suk, and, like, dash of Johan episode.
I don't know, but this is going to be crazy. And then Anna and Dieter are on the way, too.
Eventually,
but they don't have to, like,
they're traveling with the kid. They have to take potty breaks along the way. So.
Yeah, but they could actually, like, use trains the whole way.
That's true.
Yeah. But oh boy,
who knows? Probably gonna be crazy. They could already be here and just no one.
Yeah,
knows about it
that's a good point. I mean, Tenma, like,
maybe Tenma was meeting actually someone at the Three Frogs. Sure. It's not just him being like, I found the place. It's like, who knows?
Or he's scouting out the place to be like, okay, I get the feeling that Johan's over here too, so I want to see what kind of people come looking for this place and all that. So maybe it was actually that Tenma clocked Suk.
Ooh.
Like, you never know. You never know.
Yeah.
Like Tenma might have basically figured out how to recognize the looks in the eyes.
Although
I don't think the looks in the eyes for Suk is fear. I think it's a bit something else. So, who knows?
All right, guys. Well, this is a fun episode. If you want to see the next episode's reaction right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length reactions there. And all this comes with Discord access, where you can chat with us about stories. You can get involved in Discord events going on there, or just whatever. And if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.